In the land of Harump, which is pronounced like when you clear your throat, there lived an ogre. This ogre was so ugly that he developed powers to change himself so that he wouldn't have to look at his ugly face.
Oh, you are ugly. I have never seen such an ugly face. Change to something else. Well, now you're not ugly, but man, look at those ears.
Aside from being ugly, he was mean and nasty. He kept the whole countryside in slavery because, aside from being uglier than his countrymen, he was also bigger, much bigger. Because of this evil ogre, a miller, tired of trying to make ends meet, died. And to his first son, an energetic type, he willed the mill. To the second son, a simple type, he willed an ass. And to the third son, a dirty type, that is to say, an unwashed type, he left a cat.
A cat? A cat? What can I do with a cat? Cat soup, that's all you're good for.
If you just cool down, I'll show you how I shall be more useful to you alive than floating around in a kettle of carrots and turnips.
Explain to me, if you please, how you can be of use.
Just give me a sack and your finest boots, and you'll find you are not so ill off as you suppose.
Jack decided that he would give the cat a chance, but as he sat there in his stocking feet, he couldn't help wondering what Puss would need the boots for.
Because that's the name of the story, silly. Puss and Boots.
Puss marched out to the fields and set his bag to trap the wild game of the countryside. Puss drew the cord and marched directly to the palace.
Sire, here is magnificent game from the warren of my lord, the Marquis of Carabas.
Tell your master that I accept his present, and I am very much obliged to him. And I order you to the kitchen for something to eat.
While in the kitchen, Puss overheard two servants talking about an intended drive in the country to be taken by the king and his beautiful daughter the next day.
Aha.
Puss had a plan. He rushed home to explain it to Jack.
What? Let me sleep. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a loud cat. Stop stomping around the room and speak your piece.
Why I don't search out a warm lap by the fireside, I'll never know, for all the gratitude I get around here. However, sir, if you would only follow my advice, your fortune is made. You have to go bathe.
Bathe?
In the river and leave the rest to me. Only remember, you are no longer yourself, but my lord, the Marquis of Carabas.
Bathe? This is a big thing you ask, Cat. A whole new experience, a different way of life. You can't rush into a thing like that. To bathe or not to bathe, that is the question. Oh, it's cold. You didn't tell me it'd be cold.
Never mind that. Shh. Here comes the king. Help! Help! It's my lord, the Marquis. Help! Oh, rueful day. Thieves! Thieves! They stole all my master's clothing while he was bathing.
By George, he must be a clean fellow, bathing on a cold day like this. Well, it so happens I always carry a change of clothing for marquises in distress. He is size 37, isn't he? They usually are.
Size 37, right, sire.
And so Jack, for all appearances, became the Marquis of Carabas and was invited by the king to ride with him and his beautiful daughter in the carriage. Meanwhile, Puss was racing on ahead, putting up signs to lead the king to believe that all the land belonged to his master. Puss put up his signs to the very door of the ogre.
Ouch! What do you think you're doing?
Well, I couldn't think of passing the castle of such a noble gentleman without paying my respect.
Hey, a talking cat.
But talking is not half so remarkable as your many powers. I hear you have the ability to change.
Oh, you mean like this?
That's pretty good, you know. How about something tough? Like changing into something small, you know, like a fly.
A fly? So be it.
Porto! Oh, there you are. Pray tell me who belongs to this beautiful castle.
Welcome, sire, to the castle of my lord, the Marquis of Carabas.
So all of this land and this castle belongs to you. I'm very, very impressed. But I'm much more impressed by that bath of yours. Any marquis who would brave the elements for the sake of cleanliness is worthy to be a son-in-law. Therefore, I would be honored if you would take my daughter's hand in marriage.
And so they were married, and Jack released all the people from bondage and conducted all his important business from the bathtub and lived happily and cleanly ever after.